Imagine a queen so captivating, so influential, that her beauty and intelligence reshaped an entire empire.
Yet her final fate remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries.
Exactly. We're talking about a figure whose very name translates to, well, a powerful statement. The beautiful one has come.
Nefertiti.
Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into the dramatic, fascinating, and surprisingly modern story of Queen Nefertiti of ancient Egypt.
And you shared a really rich transcript about her.
Yes, and our mission is clear. We're going to peel back the layers, understand why she was such a pivotal figure.
And how her reign was this remarkable, though brief parenthesis in Egyptian history.
Get ready for some surprising aha moments. We'll explore her influence on religion, art, even fashion.
The audacious revolution she spearheaded.
And, of course, the enduring enigma of her disappearance.
It's a great story.
So let's dive in. The first thing that strikes you is Nefertiti herself, starting with that name. The beautiful one has come. But our sources don't just say beautiful. They also call her sharp and neat. What does that tell us, beyond just striking looks?
Well, it immediately signals she was far more than just, a pretty face. Sharp points directly to her political intelligence, her cunning maybe.
Okay.
And neat suggests she was meticulous, put together, a real trendsetter. A sun queen, as some put it.
A sun queen. I like that. Radiating power and influence.
Exactly, like embodying the spirit of her era.
And this all unfolds during the New Kingdom, right? Around 1300 BCE.
Yes, Egypt's imperial golden age, a time of immense wealth, power, cultural brilliance, peak Egypt, really.
So she wasn't just any queen, she was operating at the height of Egyptian civilization.
Precisely. And her origins put her right in the center of power, daughter of Ai.
The prime minister and royal tutor.
Right. Her mother's unknown, but Ai himself was the brother of Queen Tyche,
who was the chief consort of Pharaoh Amenhotep III.
So Nefertiti was firmly inside the royal circle from birth. Comprehensive education, right alongside the royal kids.
And it sounds like she formed a really important bond early on. Our source mentions she was close with the youngest son, Amenhotep V.
Yes, they apparently played house as children.
A bit prophetic, maybe?
Incredibly prophetic, as it turned out. Because Amenhotep V wasn't the first choice for Pharaoh.
No, his older brother Thutmose was the designated heir.
But Thutmose died unexpectedly. Suddenly, the younger son, Amenhotep V, is thrust onto the throne.
And he's described as easily influenced, not the most academic type.
Right. So he leans heavily on his mother, Queen Tyche, and his tutor, Ai.
Nefertiti's father.
Yes. But crucially, he leaned on Nefertiti. She became his guide, his instructor, almost like the source uses Hermione figure.
Okay, I see it. The intellectual powerhouse behind the throne.
Pretty much. They married, and it's clear she took a central guiding role right from the start.
But they were up against a powerful system, weren't they? Traditional Egypt had all these gods.
Many gods, yes. With Amun often linked to the sun god Ra being the most important.
And the priests of Amun, they held serious power.
Immense power. Social, political, financial. They were incredibly wealthy, sponsored festivals.
Yeah.
They basically rivaled the pharaoh's own authority.
Okay, so that's the tension. Nefertiti sees this priestly power as a threat to royal control.
Exactly. And she proposes something truly radical.
What was it?
Let's ditch the whole multi-god system. Let's worship only one god, Aten, the sun disk.
Just one god. Wow, where did Aten come from?
Aten was actually an old, pretty minor deity, but apparently it was one Nefertiti had personally worshipped since she was young.
So personal belief, but also strategic.
Oh, absolutely strategic. This wasn't just about religion, it was genius politics.
How so?
By declaring Aten the only god and the pharaoh as Aten's only representative on earth.
They centralize everything.
Exactly. All religious and political power flows directly to them. It strips the Amun priests of their influence, their wealth, their entire power base.
That is audacious. A blueprint for absolute power, really.
It makes you think, doesn't it? How often leaders use a divine mandate to grab earthly authority? It's a classic move.
And they cemented this with name changes, right? Amenhotep I becomes Akhenaten.
Meaning spirit of Aten. And Nefertiti adds Neferuaten to her name.
Which means?
The beautiful one of all Aten's beauty, leaning right into her original name, connecting her beauty to the new god.
She really owned that image. But their next step was, well, brutal.
You mean the Damnatio Memoriae?
Yes, erasing the past, destroying statues, monuments to other gods, especially Amun.
Ruthless, wasn't it? A total wipe out of the old beliefs. Imagine trying to erase centuries of culture.
It's hard to comprehend what does that do to a people's identity, and they didn't stop there, they moved.
The entire royal court, thousands of people moved from the old capital, Thebes,
Modern Luxor,
to a brand new city they built from scratch, Akhenaten.
Horizon of Aten, modern Amarna, built in just 4 years, housing maybe 20,000 people.
Astonishing speed. It shows the sheer power and resources they commanded.
And Nefertiti, always the strategist, launches a PR campaign.
You could call it that. She promised happiness in this new city. Scribes carved images and stories everywhere.
What kind of images? Propaganda.
Definitely. Images of their lives, their family, all under the rays of 8. It was everywhere, reinforcing the new order. An ancient masterclass in public relations.
And the art itself changed dramatically.
Oh, completely. Gone were the stiff, flat side profiles.
Replaced with
More naturalistic styles, even a bit exaggerated, sometimes full lips, prominent features, even slight bellies.
symbolizing life given by 8.
That seems to be the idea. And crucially, Nefertiti is shown in a new way.
How so?
For the first time, she's depicted on a throne equal to Akhenaten's. Hers might even be more ornate.
Equal footing, that's a huge statement.
It is. And you see intimate family scenes, them playing with their daughters, embracing, all under Aten's rays, showing their connection, their role as providers of happiness. Radically different royal portrayal.
And this wasn't just symbolic power, was it? She took on actual duties.
Yes. Duties previous queens just didn't do. She led Aten worship herself, received foreign dignitaries.
The source even mentions her being depicted fighting enemies.
Likely propaganda, yeah, but it signifies pharaonic authority. She wasn't just a consort.
She really lived this sun-queen lifestyle.
Absolutely. She even had her own palace, connected to Akhenaten's by a mile-long royal road.
A mile long.
Yep, and she traveled it daily, so the public saw her constantly. Reinforcing that image, her movement mirroring the sun, symbolizing life, prosperity.
What a carefully constructed image. And speaking of image, she was a fashion icon too.
Oh, big time. Introduced new styles for queens, transparent flowing fabrics. Common women apparently copied her.
The ultimate trendsetter. And her beauty routine.
Quite specific. Shaved head, elaborate wigs changed daily, and kohl eyeliner.
For beauty, but also practical, right? The sun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Protection from the intense sun and those new open-air temples they built for Aten.
Smart. And their diet sounds luxurious compared to average Egyptians.
Roasted duck and wine for the royals. Versus vegetables, fish, and beer for commoners. Definitely highlights the privilege.
Yet, amidst this luxury, women in Akhenaten had some surprising rights.
They did. Quite progressive for the time. Choosing spouses, owning property.
But there was a harsh side, too. Adultery.
Strictly punished if committed by women. Fed to crocodiles or hippos. A pretty brutal contrast to their other freedoms.
Yikes. Definitely a contrast. And birth control was interesting.
Primitive, yes. The source mentions crocodile dung and honey applied with cloth.
Can't imagine that was pleasant. But Nefertiti, as queen, was exempt.
Yes. Exempt and expected to produce heirs. She had 6 daughters.
But no sons.
Right. And that lack of a male heir likely became a growing problem, a shadow starting to lengthen over their golden city.
Because not everyone was happy with this revolution, were they?
Not at all. Deep resentment festered, especially among the old Oman priests back in Thebes and people who felt abandoned.
And then things took a turn for the worse. Personally.
Tragedy struck. 3 of Nefertiti's 6 daughters died.
3. Oh, it's devastating.
And Queen Tiny, Akhenaten's mother, Nefertiti's aunt, she died too.
So much loss. How did that impact their image?
Suddenly, the public carvings started showing the royal family in sorrow. Directly contradicting that carefully crafted happiness campaign, the facade was cracking.
And then a public crisis. A plague.
Yes, a widespread plague hit. And you can guess who the people blamed.
Themselves. For abandoning the old gods.
Precisely. Especially Sekhmet, the goddess of both healing and plague. It fueled suspicion, undermined the Aten cult badly.
People must have been terrified, not just of plague, but spiritually.
Absolutely. What about the afterlife? Abandoning Osiris, Anubis, gods central to funerary beliefs, it caused huge anxiety about eternal salvation. A core Egyptian belief was suddenly uncertain.
This is the breaking point, isn't it? Because amidst all this turmoil, Nefertiti disappears.
Vanishes, just completely gone from all historical records, all art, as sudden as it is absolute.
What happened? What are the theories?
Several possibilities. Maybe she died of grief, broken by the deaths of her daughters and the failing project.
Plausible, or...
Exile. Perhaps she lost faith in Aten herself. Or Maybe more cynically, she was pushed out for failing to produce that crucial male heir.
Right, the like of a son again. But there's that more intriguing theory, sminkari.
Ah, yes. The idea that she didn't disappear, but transformed, co-reigned as a male pharaoh under that name, then maybe withdrew from public life later.
That would explain vanishing as Nefertiti. It's compelling.
It is, and it fuels the ongoing search for her mummy, which continues even now.
People thought she might be in Tutankhamun's tomb.
There was a theory about secret chambers, yeah, but that's been largely disproven. Other claims pop up, but nothing confirmed. The mystery endures.
And there's that darker possibility you mentioned in the notes.
The mummy unwrapping parties.
Yes. Wealthy Victorians literally unwrapping mummies for entertainment. Could hers have been destroyed that way?
It's a grim thought, isn't it? Especially given Egyptian reverence for the dead. But it was a real practice. Her mummy could have been lost or desecrated.
It really highlights the work of Egyptologists, doesn't it? Champollion, Howard Carter.
Incredible dedication. Piecing together fragments, deciphering languages, trying to reconstruct these lives from scattered clues, battling against time and, well, destruction.
So, looking back at Nefertiti, this woman of beauty, sharpness, and neatness.
Who dared to challenge everything, created this profound but ultimately temporary transformation.
Yet her own end is completely shrouded, a real testament to how unpredictable history and historical records can be.
Her story is a powerful reminder, isn't it? Even the most ambitious visions, the strongest personalities, can be undone. History is built on fragments.
It requires so much ingenuity just to piece together the narratives we do have.
Absolutely.
And that leaves us with a final thought, really. Nefertiti's bold attempt to reshape a civilization. What does it tell us about the power of belief, propaganda, charisma?
And maybe what other hidden figures, other historical parentheses are out there, waiting to be uncovered, challenging what we think we know about the past.
The hunt for Nefertiti goes on, a constant reminder that some of history's biggest secrets might still be waiting for you to find them.